Greetings to all fellow seniors and cultivators. So, today, let's dive into a question that sounds really simple, but it's one that people have been wrestling with forever. Who are you? I mean, when you look in the mirror, is that person staring back actually you? We all like to think we're in the driver's seat of our own lives, right? If I asked, who's the master of your life? You'd probably say, well, I am, obviously. But what if I told you that for most of us, there's a huge case of mistaken identity going on every single day, right under our own noses? And that's where we'll start. See, the problem for a lot of us these days is that we're kind of confused. We've started to mix up our temporary physical existence with our true eternal nature. We've started living as if we are our jobs, our cars, our social media profiles, instead of who we truly are deep down. So to untangle all of this, we're going to follow a really clear path today. First, we'll look at this whole case of mistaken identity. Then we'll get into this fantastic metaphor of the host and the guest. After that, we'll see the trap that we all fall into. And then, the good part, we'll look at a map for the journey out of it. And finally, we'll talk about what it really means to be the master of your own house. All right, let's get into the heart of it. The ancient teachings have this brilliant way of explaining the two selves that live inside all of us. Just think of it like this. There's a permanent host, and then there's a temporary guest. So first up, we've got the false self. This is what the teachings call the guest. And what is it? Well, it's our physical body. The flesh and blood that we see, touch, and feed every day. It's born, it grows up, it gets older, and eventually it decays. Think of it like a hotel, a really nice, functional hotel that we get to stay in for our journey through life. But it's not our permanent home. And then we have the true self. This is the host. This is our spirit, our soul, our real, unchanging self. It was never born and it can never die. It's the eternal, sacred resident that's actually living inside the hotel of the body. It's the real you, the pure awareness that's looking out through your eyes right now. This slide just lays it all out so perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you have the guest, the physical body. It's temporary, it's the hotel. On the other side, you have the host, the spiritual soul. It's eternal, it's the actual resident. The guest is busy experiencing the world, while the host is the one quietly observing it all. So if the difference is that clear, why on earth do we get it so wrong all the time? Well, that question leads us right into the biggest trap of modern life. And the trap is, well, it's painfully simple. We mistake the guest for the host. We start to believe that we are the hotel. We identify 100% with our bodies, our careers, our bank accounts, our followers. And we completely forget about the true resident living inside. This quote just hits the nail on the head. We get so obsessed with decorating the hotel, right? We're chasing fame, money, and all these material things, and in the process, we totally burn out the host. We use up all of our precious spiritual energy on stuff that doesn't last, and we forget who we truly are. Okay, so if that's the trap, how do we climb out? The good news is the teachings don't just point out the problem. They actually give us a map. And his map shows us 4 clear stages of awareness we can travel through on our spiritual journey. This is such a great illustration of the path, moving from total confusion to real clarity. The journey takes us from being lost to being ignorant, then having that breakthrough moment and becoming awakened, and finally reaching the stage of the wise. Let's break them down. First, you have the lost. These are the people who are all in on decorating the hotel. They're totally consumed by the material world, completely attached to worldly pleasures, and they're just muddled. They have no clue about the real purpose. The next stage is the ignorant. Now, these people might hear spiritual ideas, but their minds are kind of dark to it all. They might doubt it or even make fun of it because they honestly can't tell the difference between what's deep and what's shallow. They're still mistaking the illusion for what's real. But then comes the big turning point. Stage 3, the awakened. This is when someone has that aha moment, a flash of insight where they realize their own true nature, the host within, is sacred. And that spark of truth inspires them to start taking their spiritual path seriously. And finally, we reach the wise. A wise person isn't just working on themselves anymore. Once they've found solid ground, they turn around and offer a hand to help others find it too. They truly get that real success means helping everyone around you succeed. So this all brings us to the final and most important part. This isn't just some interesting philosophy to think about. It's about you right now, making a choice to become the master of your own house. So here it is, the choice that's right in front of us. Are we going to let the temporary, jumpy human mind, the mind of the guest, run the show, or are we going to let the eternal, peaceful Tao mind, the consciousness of the host, be our guide? The whole point of cultivation is to let the host, the Tao mind, be the master. And that's the question I want to leave you with, the one that ties this all together. Are you going to spend your precious life and energy just decorating the hotel, always chasing the next temporary thing? Or will you choose to nourish the eternal host that lives inside you? The choice, as always, is yours. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Gratitude for the grace of heaven and the virtues of the teachers. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.